Welcome, everybody, beloved fans, to the third episode of the Camping Cavern Podcast. My name is Draven, your favorite host, obviously. To my left is Brad's bedtime. To my right is Evan, Alfonso, exquisitely divine. Today we're going to be talking about, boys, take it away.
Marvel!
Why Loki is the best Marvel project in years.
What about No Way Home? We're gonna be this.
No Way Home is good, but we're gonna get into that. We're gonna
We gotta actually start with
let it
why.
ferment.
Yeah, let it.
We gotta actually start with why Loki
That's
is
true.
the best. So
Draven, do you want to kick this one off?
I'll kick this one off.
Are we talking about season 1 or season 2 of Loki?
Both.
Because I haven't seen season
both.
2.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in for some spoilers.
I don't care.
So.
Well,
Okay.
we can just talk about season 1 if you haven't seen it.
Because that was as significant. That was as significant.
Okay, here's what we'll do. We can discuss details of season 1, but we won't discuss details of season 2, other than like the soundtrack and the cinematography.
Okay.
That way we don't spoil it. And for people, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Loki, the show that Marvel released on Disney Plus. When was the first season released? 2020, I want to say, right?
2020.
Yeah, that was like 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Right?
Yeah, I want to say 2020 because it was around the first season of WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm speaking for myself. Loki has always been one of my favorite heroes, and I consider him a hero. I don't consider him a villain. I get it. He's mischievous. That's his whole idea, but he's not a villain. He's very good at heart. So Loki has always been one of my favorite Marvel characters, and so when they made that into a show, it already kind of set something off in me, like, oh, I'm gonna like this.
Mm-hmm.
But when I watched that first season, I did not think it was going to captivate me as much as it did. The cinematography, the actors, the music. I mean, are you kidding me? That music
was really good. That soundtrack.
And I'm talking about. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the soundtrack. When I first watched it, and this was around the time, like you said, all the Marvel stuff that was coming around at the time was just kind of felt like just being spoon-fed to you, just recycled stuff.
It honestly,
the soundtrack. But the thing is that the soundtrack for Loki felt different. It just felt very intense, but yet almost Doctor Who-ish, which was kind of the vibe that Loki had. Was a Doctor. I don't know if you guys have really watched Doctor Who, but Doctor Who has that time traveling. Each episode is like a different story type vibe. Yeah. Loki really did that well, and I like the premise of Loki a lot. Like you said, taking the character Loki, which he was the best part of the Thor movie. Let's be honest. I know you like Thor. I know you like the Thor movies.
Don't even start. Don't even start.
I like Loki.
I just want to say, this may offend a few people.
If you say what I'm thinking you're going to say, I'm leaving the podcast forever.
Thor Love and Thunder is the best Marvel movie that has been put out in probably the last 4 years. You know what I mean?
Dude, it hurts.
You think it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy?
No way. No shot.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It is better. Here's what Thor Love and Thunder is better than. Guardians of the Galaxy 2
what are you
and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, it's not better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, but it's better than 2 and 3. 2 and 3 just seemed really forced to me. I'm not going to lie. It seemed really forced to me. It was unnecessary.
You must like animal abuse.
I think Guardians of the Galaxy should have stayed one movie. I like Peter Quill as a character. I like how all the characters joined the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't like how they forced the other two movies out. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 sucked. That was one of the worst movies I have seen. Actually, one of the worst movies I have seen. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 really upset me because I feel like they were trying to create this sob story, but they were also trying to make it funny.
No, it's Rocket's background.
Funny. It was dumb. Bro, he's a raccoon. He's a talking raccoon.
Yeah,
I don't care about his bad story. Abused. Bro, he's a talking raccoon.
Here's the thing with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I, for one, really enjoyed it, but not because of Rocket or that.
Exactly.
That
I like
subplot. Not the subplot or the main plot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like the high evolutionary, whatever the fuck his name is.
I was just gonna say that villain in that movie.
He's such a good actor.
Was the guy who played he was my favorite part of that movie. And the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is not perfect. There's some things in that movie that I didn't like. And looking back, because I recently watched all three of them, I like part 2, but it is my least favorite out of the trilogy. The first one will always be my favorite. All right. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the thing
you
about
guys
3
are sleeping. Thor: Love and Thunder. Patrick Bateman. No, Patrick Bateman.
When you held it, his eyes were bugging out.
Listen.
It literally had.
Listen, I hate Thor: Love and Thunder as much as the next guy, but like, if I see a floating dude's head and it looks awful, I'm gonna laugh at it. And if
you can't say that was bad,
it was,
you can't say that movie. The reason why it upset me so much, and I wasn't really going off everyone. That movie had came out. I remember everyone went and everyone was saying it was bad, but we're like, okay, you just go.
Yeah, we went and we said it was bad.
And it was me, you, and our friend of ours, and we left the theater. Just like, damn, like this just wasn't that great. And I've seen a lot of dumb, stupid movies that other people think bad.
Let me ask you this: are they right behind me? Like, they're right behind me, isn't he?
Is he?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
How about you eat my hammer?
How about you
eat my
hammer? Listen, Taika Waititi needs to retire and get the heck
comedy. Out. The goats annoyed me. The funniest part of that movie was the shower.
The funniest part was the goats. The goats.
The funniest part of the movie was when he was standing like this, and then the hammer is coming into frame slowly. That's the funniest part of the movie.
That's probably the funniest part.
So funny. Like, I laughed out loud, and there were some good fight scenes. I like the scene where they're on that moon and everything was in black and white except electricity. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
visually was really, really interesting. The goats, I hated the goats. I hated the goats in that.
The goats, more like the woats, because
the best part of that movie, funny enough, Draven, was with the Guardians of the Galaxy right in the beginning
of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, they were in that fight scene.
Evan doesn't even remember it because
they were on that planet fighting and like trying to say protect those people or something.
Dude, when he stopped the ships with like his legs, he was doing a split.
Yeah.
Like, bro, come on, man.
Come on now.
Come on.
I think you guys are haters. Because
no, we're just realists, bro.
Powerful, because Thor's the most powerful in the Marvel universe.
Is he though?
You guys are kind of just hating. You guys are hating.
I think you're just. I
you
think
guys are kind of just hating right now.
I think
you guys are the type. No. Because you guys are the type of guys to say that Iron Man as a character is overrated. You guys are.
I don't think so.
No,
I think Iron Man, his movies.
The GOAT.
Iron Man's trilogy is not my favorite trilogy.
No.
But his movies and his character.
What's your favorite trilogy?
My favorite trilogy in Marvel?
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think my favorite trilogy in Marvel would have to be Thor. And
you got some trilogy, which they got 4 movies.
Quadrilogy.
The Quillogy. The Peter Quillogy. The Peter Quillogy.
No, listen.
Peter Quillogy.
His trilogy is the first Thor movie, Ragnarok, and Thor: Love and Thunder. Not counting the second one because that one's dog shit.
Dark World.
It's the Dark World.
I watched Dark World out of curiosity because everyone said it was bad, and I watched it, and it wasn't that it was bad; it was just incredibly mid. I remember watching it.
It was so boring.
The best part was Loki. The reason why Thor: Love and Thunder didn't work, in my opinion, was because Loki wasn't in that movie. Loki is the best part of the Thor movies.
Yeah.
I've seen the first, second, and third one. But Loki's the best part.
I'm sorry, bro. You're shitting on Thor right now, and I can't take it because he is my favorite.
He was great in Infinity War.
He was good.
In
Infinity War and Endgame was so good.
In those movies.
See, I didn't like him in Endgame because they made him fat.
He was depressed.
Thor's your favorite character? Listen, if you can't accept him as lowest, you can't accept him as highest.
Exactly.
All right.
It was funny. It was funny, right?
What
they made him Marvel
okay.
It was a little funny. It was a little funny. They made him the dude, the Big Lebowski, right? It
They
was
made him
funny.
the fat guy.
Okay, it was pretty silly.
Yeah, it was silly.
But that's not Thor.
He was the butt of the joke.
He was depressed, bro.
He was depressed.
His whole entire world got blown up.
Because of Guardians, because of Peter Quill.
No.
Because of that bozo. Because he had to punch him. Because he had to punch
Thor
Thanos.
Ragnarok.
Veda had him.
Veda
had him.
Oh my god.
Brad. Veda had Thanos. Dunzo.
In Thor Ragnarok.
Peter Quill, Star-Lord, didn't come up and punch Thanos because he was mad. Oh, you killed Gamora. My love. Oh, you killed Gamora. Who cares? Who cares about the Green Goblin?
I think he likes Thor.
You just called Gamora the Green Goblin?
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I got a little heated there.
You're stepping.
Guys.
You're stepping over a line here. Loki is the best part of those movies. Which is why the show was so good.
Chill out.
Because they took a fan favorite character, right? Put him as a centerpiece in a totally different setting than any of the other Marvel movies we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Loki was totally separate. Like, I watched season 2, has no connection. Like, it feels like its own show. That's what I've been waiting
I feel
for.
like Loki felt like its own show since season 1, though.
Yeah, definitely. But like, what I'm saying is that
it
season 2
awesome.
doesn't have a lot of mentions to the MCU. Same thing with Moon Knight. Now, you can say what you want about Moon Knight. I thought it was all right.
Moon Knight kind of sucked, though, because like the beginning was so good. Like, it had such a good build-up.
It did.
And then it just got so slow. It got so terribly slow. They kind of killed that. Like, same for WandaVision. I feel like, I don't know. They just made it really boring really fast. And
the true crime, though.
I loved Wanda.
I know what Brad's going to say.
Yeah, listen, the true crime, in my opinion, is how they did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because when I watched that, I really liked that show literally all the way up until I would say the last episode. Because what's his name? John Walker?
Yeah, John Walker, the U.S. agent.
That character, like, was a really interesting character that they introduced, right? And he was, supposed to be the guy to replace Captain America and such. But the way they did him, and the actor who played him, by the way, did a really great job. And the last episode, I just feel like they fumbled his character development because, for those who have seen the show, if not, spoiler warning, but basically the whole show he's being ridiculed for not being the real Captain America. So he's trying to live up so hard to be the real Captain America, but no one wants him to be. So he goes crazy. He kills that guy with the shield, and he kind of goes rogue. But the last episode gives him a chance to prove himself by saving the politicians in the van while it's about to fall down. Like, he's trying to hold it up before it falls down. When they showed him getting thrown off the building, like, because they had pushed him off and he let go of the van, he fell down, and then boom, Falcon comes to save the day. I just didn't like that. I felt like what they could have done was had him save the politicians to kind of almost redeem his character and to kind of put into full circle, because then it just felt weird. And then that was the only problem with the last episode. There was like a whole 5-minute monologue of him talking about politics. Like, that was stupid, The whole twist with what's her face being bad.
I don't know.
It was the blonde chick there. I don't know. I forgot her name, but she ended up being bad and stuff like that. There was a lot of issues with that show, but everything honestly leading up to that, excluding the end, was really, really good. And I liked it a lot. I actually had a lot of Winter Soldier, almost Civil War vibes. It was a little more like a buddy cop, a little more comedy in there, but there's some really good action scenes, some great CGI. Like I said, John Walker as a character was really good. And I think out of all the characters that have been recently introduced in probably the last couple of years, I think John Walker, I would even say, honestly, is one of my favorite characters overall, just from that show. Even though they messed him up, I still really enjoyed him.
I haven't really watched any Marvel show, except...
I think that's more...
Go on, finish what you're gonna say.
I think.
What do you think?
I think Marvel's problem was that they started making shows in the first place, and why did they start making shows? Because
Disney Plus
Yeah.
to promote Disney Plus.
what? Yeah, Disney Plus, right? And Mandalorian came out before any Marvel show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think what Marvel wanted to do was to make something as successful as The Mandalorian, get that much popularity that fast, and pretty much every show they've made so far has been a bust, except for Loki. Really, it's been a bust. Either because it has a terrible beginning, middle, or end, or all of it. I mean, She-Hulk. I mean,
I
come
haven't
on.
Don't
seen
even get me
She-Hulk
started.
yet.
Don't even get me
Come on.
I haven't
started.
seen it. The best Marvel
WandaVision, it was
show.
boring.
Listen, the best Marvel show. Now Loki's up there, right? But I want to now get into non-Disney Plus shows because the best Marvel show.
If you're gonna say Agents, I'm actually gonna cry. And
No. I'm not going to say
I'm
that. But
literally-
actually, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not bad. But Daredevil and Luke Cage. Honestly, all
And the Punisher. Punisher's
I haven't watched The Punisher yet, but
Okay,
I
The
watched
Punisher.
Jessica Jones. I watched all of Jessica
I could
Jones. I
agree
watched
with
the
Evan
first
there.
season.
I could agree with Evan there.
I watched the
Haven't
first
seen
season
that.
of The Punisher. That was good.
I was
Daredevil,
really,
though?
but
Great show. You want to watch a great show? Daredevil. I'm talking cinematography. Draven, you were talking about cinematography before. Daredevil has some crazy cinematography. I'm telling you, that
the
show.
Punisher has some crazy cinematography.
You haven't seen.
Like,
I haven't seen
actually.
Punisher, so I can't really say. But Daredevil is a very well put together show, visually, storytelling wise, acting. The guy who plays, I mean, bro was so good. They brought him back in No Way Home, and now he was in She-Hulk. I mean, he wasn't really maybe his best in She-Hulk, but they did bring him back in No Way Home. And even though it was a short cameo, I mean, what's his name? What's that guy? Charlie Cox, that actor there who plays Daredevil in the show. Man, you want to watch a great Marvel show? Watch that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is good too. You're always sleeping on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because
I want to pull up
it's not perfect. You said whatever?
because I don't know if they released any more shows, but I'm gonna look up all the Marvel shows that they have. Okay.
Oh,
So
don't
they
forget
got.
Hawkeye.
That's what I'm looking up. They got Echo. All right. Who's heard of that one? Like,
I feel like Echo wasn't that great.
I don't know.
No one.
I don't think
Not
I've heard.
everyone.
I haven't heard of Echo. Marvel Runaways. I never heard of that. It says it has 3 seasons. Agents of Shields, Cloak and Dagger,
Don't watch
Cloak and
it.
Dagger was good.
WandaVision, Moon Knight, Jessica Jones, Loki, Secret Invasion, and they used AI in the intro or the
Oh
intro.
no,
Defenders,
that was okay. I watched that.
Hawkeye. They had Legion. I don't know what that is.
That's supposed to be good. Those are like the X-Men shows.
When did that come out?
That came out on like some obscure network, so not a lot of people
Oh,
watched it.
that's probably
I think
why.
that came out like 3-4 years ago.
They
Runaways
got
too.
Runaways.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
another one that was kind of obscure.
Yeah. They got
So
Iron Fist, Punisher.
I heard that's not
Daredevil.
great.
let me say that. Let me say this though. Daredevil was Marvel Netflix, right? That was Marvel Netflix.
Yeah,
Punisher was Marvel Netflix.
all those shows: Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist.
So
those are all Marvel Netflix.
Yeah.
all Marvel shows, all the good Marvel shows
Are
aside from
Netflix.
Loki have been on Netflix.
But they also
Why
have
did they
X-Men
leave
97.
Netflix?
They have X-Men 97.
Why did
though.
they leave Netflix? Why?
Here's
what
what
happened with that? Why
what
did
happened.
They
Right.
reacquired him.
They had reacquired the rights to the characters, right? Because I think what happened is that Marvel had sold the rights to certain characters. Like even now, Marvel doesn't own Spider-Man. Sony owns Spider-Man, but they still
Sony owns
make
Spider-Man,
they still make movies with the character. But most of the money goes to Sony, not Marvel. And I think like a heavy percent of the money goes to Sony. But I think what happened was that Disney Plus was catching up, and then Disney had bought the rights to those characters like Daredevil, Punisher, those kind of B-list characters, you could say, that aren't as popular. At least back then they weren't as popular. Now they're
That's crazy.
heavily popular. I mean, Iron Man. But here's the thing: Iron Man was a B-list superhero until the movies came out.
Yeah.
You know, Iron Man was not like how he was right now. You know, if you think about it, a lot of those characters, like Black Widow, was a B-list. All right. See, Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk was popular. Spider-Man was popular. Captain America was popular, but like Iron Man and Black Widow, Hawkeye was like a C-list superhero. You know,
why was he part of the Avengers?
Like Ant-Man. I mean, come on. You know,
Thor.
And no, Thor was popular. Thor was a popular one.
Yeah.
You know, but like
Thor lovers.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say,
what's your favorite superhero, Brad? What's your favorite superhero?
You're talking just Marvel?
Yeah, like Marvel. Okay. Marvel
superhero. Listen, I feel like I'd be kind of like an NPC if I say Spider-Man.
Howard the Duck.
If I say Spider-Man, I'll be like an NPC. Spider-Man is, I like, you know, it's like, okay, SpongeBob is my favorite cartoon.
Yeah.
Everyone already knows that, so they don't even really say it in their list. So I'm not even going to say Spider-Man. But I think my favorite superhero.
All right. Well.
Listen, my favorite superhero has to be Daredevil. After the show, that show really made me a big fan of Daredevil. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of reasons why, and you'll understand when you guys watch that show. It's so good. That show. Oh, there's so many good parts of that show. It sucks that they canceled. Mm-hmm. It sucks that it only went on for 3 seasons, and they're making another show with the same actor and the same continuity.
And they're brought back. Is the Punisher going to be in that too?
Apparently, something like that. That they're going to bring back a lot of the characters from the Netflix stuff, but it's like a little bit of a spoiler warning. You know, I don't know if you guys know who Bullseye is, but he's like Daredevil's like arch nemesis in the comic books, and he's like the perfect counter to Daredevil because Bullseye knows exactly where he's going to be at all times. Like he has like precision aim, so he can throw an object and it will perfectly ricochet off the wall and hit him. So Daredevil really struggles fighting this guy. So the 3rd season, he's fighting Bullseye, and he steals Daredevil's suit. So he's going around killing people in Daredevil's suit, and people are thinking it's him. You know, and it's really, really cool. You know, but they were going to continue that. There's a cliffhanger, and then they never did it. You know, so I hope they maybe touch on that eventually.
I will say my favorite superhero, but I really gotta piss. Drinking the Baja
Blast. In the meantime, about Draven.
Be right back.
What's your favorite
superhero? Thor.
I respect it. You're talking about movie Thor?
If I had to choose comics, the comics I grew up with were The Punisher. So I'd go with The Punisher, right? Okay. Those were amazing comics. People always say Spider-Man. I always thought those comics were a little boring.
Really
I love the villains in Spider-Man.
You have to read the ultimate
Spider-Man.
The ultimate run of Spider-Man comics.
I mean, I've read like the Stan Lee Spider-Man comics.
Okay, you read the older ones, the old ones.
Yeah. So, what did I? Oh, is Green Hornet? Do you know the movie Green Hornet? You know the one with Seth, what's his name?
Yeah, the guy who played Batman, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Green Hornet.
The comedian.
Oh, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. Yes. I was thinking about something else.
That movie, Green Hornet, is that Marvel?
I don't even know. I don't even know if it is. I don't think it's either Marvel or DC.
I don't know why I feel like it's one of them, but I can't remember.
What's he talking about?
Green Hornet with Seth Rogen.
Evan, the Green Hornet with Seth Rogen. Is that Marvel or DC? Is that either of them?
Seth Rogen with
the
Green Hornet?
It was like a movie. I don't think it was either. It was like The Watchmen. Like Watchmen's DC, but I think originally it was Dark Horse.
Oh, The Watchmen was so
That's a good one.
Oh,
I haven't seen. To be honest, I haven't seen that movie.
God,
to this day, I haven't seen that. One of Zack Snyder's few good movies.
Actually, can I change my answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
For Silver Surfer.
That's a good one.
That's an interesting one. Have you seen the movie, the Fantastic Four one?
Okay, which Fantastic Four are we talking about? Because
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Some of those Fantastic. Yes, because that one, that CGI for that early on was really impressive.
With
Like,
it was
I won't
all
lie.
chrome.
What about the guy
Right.
with the one that came out in like
I know.
2014?
You
guys like that one?
Stick?
No,
Fan Force Stick.
no.
The Fan Force stick.
It really upset me.
I have an
when,
NPC like my screen's nasty. What the fuck happened to my screen? I have an NPC.
it really
superhero.
upsets me
He's gonna say Spider-Man.
that
Listen, Brad,
they
you
don't have
you think you like Spider-Man?
Superman.
more.
Listen, Brad,
Whatever,
I collect the comics, mate. So
So I guess Evan's answer is just Spider-Man.
listen, Brad, I have 2 things of just full of comic books. You know, you've seen it.
This guy would spend his like
You wanna see
paycheck.
it?
We would go to comic books, and this
No.
guy would
You wanna
just
see it?
spend
You wanna see it?
his paycheck.
No,
You don't want to
Bro,
see it?
the rest of the podcast is just gonna be you showcase your comics,
No.
bro.
No. I was gonna just like lift up the box and be like, oh. Anyway,
no.
it's a big flex, guys.
My dad used to collect
No.
Conan the Barbarian comics because
No,
those were
your favorite superhero is Thor, man. Shut up.
I changed it to Silver Surfer.
Oh,
that's a
like
lot
that's any better?
Silver Surfer's a lot better. That Thor.
Your favorite
oh, man.
superhero might as well be Daffy the Duck, bro.
Howard.
You realize Silver
That's the
Surfer is
truth.
like probably
He's like
yeah,
the most OP superhero ever.
Silver Surfer is literally like top 5 most powerful Marvel superheroes.
He's Galactus's servant.
Like you
Yeah, even he a bitch.
Yeah.
realize broke a tear Spider-Man to shreds in like a matter of 3 seconds. in a matter of 3 seconds, Silver Surfer would rearrange
What do
Spider-Man's
you do in the
particles.
Fantastic Four movies, huh? What do you do?
That's what I'm saying. Is they should have.
Is that my problem? Is that my fault? Go talk to Marvel about it and be like, you didn't include Silver Surfer enough.
Bro, you know what? You literally just said Spider-Man. You literally
They need to utilize him more.
Spider-Man,
they need to utilize him more. Put him in the market. Put him in the market.
Spider-Man is your favorite Marvel superhero. Like the most NPC ass answer. And the most
Listen, it's not the fact. It's not the fact like, oh, this guy swings on webs. There's an emotional reason that I like Spider-Man. You guys will.
oh man.
Yeah, emotional reasons, man.
Spider-Man's good though. I didn't
works.
say Spider-Man, and like I said, after watching Daredevil, like I changed my mind. I really do think Daredevil there's a lot of layers to Daredevil as a character.
Like I like a lot of superheroes. I'm not like a Spider-Man meat writer, but like I like Iron Man. I like Captain America.
How about this?
What?
Marvel or DC?
Which one has been putting out better movies thus far? I gotta say DC right now. Like they came out with the
That's
Batman.
really tough because it's funny because when DC makes a good movie, they make a really good movie. When Marvel makes a good movie, it's
But you
good.
can say the same thing for
not like DC.
Marvel.
Not like DC though. The last good Marvel movie that was really, really good.
I think that's because I just want to say I think that's because DC has so many bad movies.
That's true.
Okay, let me tell you this.
Like,
what movie has as much depth? What Marvel movie has had as much depth as the last Batman movie that just came out, or the Dark Knight, or the Joker movie?
I just
the Watchmen.
I just want to say this. I want to say this. DC puts out, the masterpieces, right? Because comparatively, the rest of their movies are junk.
No.
Marvel.
What I'm saying is this: compare Marvel's best work.
But here, I just want.
Okay.
But this is what I want to say is comparatively, Marvel usually puts out good movies.
Shit, no.
Like every movie they put out is usually good, right? Okay. It's usually good. It's passing. And so when they put out a great movie, it's only great because everything is good, right? Yeah. They don't have any junk, so it can't make that movie look as great as the DC movies when you compare them to the DC junk because they have so much junk. and I think that's why.
DC
Because
junk.
Marvel consistently puts out good movies, but DC puts out like these
Junk.
these breathtaking movies every now and then, but then mainly junk.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
that's
my
true.
question is this: what is
Get Zack Snyder out of there.
what do you think is the best Marvel movie?
The best Marvel movie.
Don't say it. Don't. I know what
If
he's
you
gonna
say Thor:
say.
Love and Thunder, I'm not even going to continue
He's
this
gonna say
conversation.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
I respect that you like the movie, but that can't be your favorite. There's no way.
No, it's not my favorite. It's not the best Marvel movie.
Dude, is that just like your favorite Thor movie? And like,
I think my favorite Thor movie is honestly Thor 1, like the first Thor.
I respect that more.
where does
I respect
Thor:
that more.
Love and Thunder come from?
Thor Love It.
Thor 1 was good.
Here's how I'd rank it: Thor Love and Thunder, Thor Ragnarok, and then we won't even talk about Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows. Even he doesn't know the name. It's like Web of Shadows.
Bro doesn't even know the name.
Bro, that's how insignificant that
World.
Thor. That's how insignificant that Thor movie was.
Yeah.
But
What part
as
of the
I was
lore did
saying,
Thor,
as I was saying, the best Marvel movie. Did you ask my favorite or the best?
What do you
The
think
best?
is the best Marvel movie?
Okay,
And I'm talking about not MCU. I'm not
man.
just talking about MCU. You can name any of them. Spider-Man, or you can name
Okay.
OG. You can name any of them.
Any emoji?
The best,
Okay.
in my opinion, Marvel movie. It's really tough, but I think I'm gonna have to go Doctor Strange, the first one. The first
That's a
Doctor
good
Strange.
one.
I think that's what I'm gonna have to go with. The first Doctor Strange.
Is that your favorite?
Now, I think that Doctor Strange
pro-
movie is really good.
Probably my best. The first one, yeah.
People go over that one. I notice a lot. First Doctor Strange.
Bro, everybody does.
So does everyone goes over the Thor in the Dark World, but no one talks about that one. Do they?
But my question to you is, compare. And I'm going to say narratively, visually, and just substance, like cinematography, music, everything. Compare Doctor Strange with, let's say, the Batman. Now they're both really good movies, but in my opinion, I think the Batman has more depth in terms of a lot of things.
Comparing Marvel and DC in that fashion isn't very fair because they're so different. Marvel does the classic hero villain thing. The hero wins every time. It's always a very upbeat movie. Obviously, other than like Infinity War and Endgame, but they had to do that because otherwise it would just be all hero winning every time. Whereas DC focuses on these very dark themes where it goes into the psyche of these villains, and it goes into look how many people the Joker kills. Look at all the suffering Gotham goes through. Look at all the suffering Batman goes through as a character. DC focuses on these very dark, and what makes those movies so good. Whereas Marvel has a similar movie every time. Like I said, it's just the hero winning every time. So I feel like comparatively, you can't compare how in-depth DC movies go to Marvel, because Marvel is very surface level, whereas DC is very, very deep. Their movies always get very deep into story, and that's why they do have really good movies when they're good, but they do have movies as well, like really, really bad.
I gotta agree with that. Like the new Batman movie, it really like delves into the mind of the Riddler and like who is this guy and like what's going on in his head and his psyche, and eventually they find out and he's just crazy, man.
Bro, the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix,
that's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
For me, I know, all movies are different. Especially, I do know Marvel movies are more traditional in the sense of, like you said, heroes versus villains. Boom, hero beats the villain. But for me to really enjoy a movie, and I love the Marvel movies, by the way, especially Doctor Strange. I need to watch that again. It's been a long time since I watched that. I remember it being really freaking good. Loved Infinity War. All right. I think a movie that delves into the characters deeper, both villain and hero, really adds more layers and more rewatchability to that movie, which is why I liked the Batman so much. There's something about that movie. I feel like it's been getting some hate recently for some reason. I see it on my Instagram's crazy for those of you who Use Instagram. You know what I'm talking about. Instagram comments are crazy.
Who's hating on?
I've seen people underneath Batman posts saying, "Oh, Batman was overrated." This, and that.
Let
People
him
always
cook.
be hating.
Let him cook.
People always be hating, bro. And it's funny because, unpopular opinion, I think the Batman was better than the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and those were really good too.
Whoa!
You know,
You're gonna get a
those
lot
are really
of people
good.
upset, Brad.
I'm gonna get a lot of people upset about that, but here's the thing.
Upset.
Here's the thing. It ain't like the Thor: Love and Thunder thing.
That's true.
All right, but listen, the Batman. The way Draven
He's
just
looking at you.
He was like, the Batman. That dude, the scene where he's fighting the Penguin, and then he revs up the car in the alleyway, and then the Penguin looks, and then he's just staring in the dark alleyway while the car's revving up, and then there's that crazy car chase, and then he flips over, and then you see him walking, but he's upside down because it's from the angle of the Penguin. The music in that movie. Everything about that movie was just so good.
I think what definitely separates I think what really separates these movies are one simple word, and that's stakes. You know, you look at the Batman, and that movie has some crazy stakes to it. They're like there's like a flood happening. People are like gonna drown, and then Batman has to like defeat his goons, and and then you look at like, I don't know, the traditional Marvel movie. You look at like Thor: Love and Thunder. What are the? Can you clearly name the stakes in that movie?
Bro, kids dying.
Who gives a fuck about them kids? I'm kidding. But like, how much more difficult is it to, watch Thor: Love and Thunder, be like, this is serious because these people, these stupid ass kids from New Asgardian are just gonna die, and looking at Batman and being like, these people are in danger because of this flood, and they're all gonna die.
There's more depth to the stakes in Batman. That's why personal stories are important when making movies, because if you're not, the reason why Daredevil worked, right, so good was because you had time to not only build the character, but to build the villain, the people around the villain. And for example, Kingpin, right, has a friend in Daredevil, and that's Kingpin's friend. And then one of the main characters ends up killing Kingpin's friend. You almost feel a little bad for Kingpin, and then that sets him off into an even darker path. So there's a reason why it works better in like a movie like the Batman, where you really get more time with the city. The city itself in that movie is a character. Yeah. You get so immersed in that city. But in Thor, it's like, okay, I really did like the concept of
Gore, the God Slayer.
Of Gore, the God Slayer. I love that concept. I think it could have been really, really good. And I know you can definitely say so too.
I can.
There's a lot of potential there.
This is
especially with
they just had a bunch of goats and.
All right. Him with the sword, like, bro, the fight scene on the moon was really, really cool. That was a great that whole sequence where, like, they were all tied up in the roots or whatever. Like that whole sequence when they were fighting, it was all really well done. I thought the whole thing with Jane Foster and her dying of cancer was an interesting plot point. I think there was some more emotional depth there.
Yeah.
But I think where that movie really fell flat was that it had a dark concept. But the movie was a comedy.
Yeah.
So at times it was like
missing the point. It was trying to make a point, but due to it being a comedy movie, it would miss it, and people would like kind of fly over the radar,
Yeah, and it was short too. Yeah. It wasn't a long. It was a shorter. It was I think that's the shortest MCU movie.
He couldn't crack any more jokes, I guess.
Like they could have had scenes of Gore killing the gods. They didn't show any scenes of that.
No, he killed him in the beginning or something. Like he took his head off.
But that was it. That was like they went to the grave sites of a couple gods, or I guess that he killed. Like we don't really know how threatening he really is, because then he just kidnaps a bunch of these kids.
Do you think that's part of the stakes as well, is laying the hero the foundation of the hero, but also building on the second level, like going in depth with the villain, and like like immersing yourself with the villain and getting to know the villain and why his motives are his motives and what he does, and then the movie going along and being like, oh, he's kidnapping children and his motives are A, B, and C, but we don't. I feel like we're only getting A and C and not B.
That's why The Dark Knight works so well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to return to DC quick, because especially new, like recent DC. What they've done so well with movies like the Batman and the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix is they make these villains very, very real. Like they make them as if real people. Whereas, older DC,
Bless you.
the villains were they didn't seem as real. It didn't seem as achievable that a person can do that. But the villains in the recent movie, the Penguin, how he was, involved with like a mafia type deal,
Mhm.
and the Riddler, how he was just a guy, but he was just absolutely nuts, crazy, wacko, hacker type thing. But they made them very real because these are characters that do exist in the real world. And that's what DC
Yeah.
has been doing so well, is making these villains actually realistic. Whereas Marvel, it's aliens and it's
Yeah.
whoever the hell, whatever crazy
But
idea they
here's the thing
draft
with that,
up.
though. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Like having aliens
They just gotta
or
make it
whatever,
convincing.
or like gods, it's not a bad thing if it's done right.
Exactly.
No, it's not bad, but it's not as it doesn't grasp me as much as it does, the real person, someone you
Like
can
human
relate to.
beings.
Yeah, like
Right,
a
because
relatable.
DC is able to make you almost feel bad for some of these villains. The Joker, you almost pity and you almost feel bad for, even though he's just a terrible guy, but he suffers from so many issues. And that's part of that story. The Penguin, you started to feel bad when, he was to tears because, that chase with the car, and Batman, he was
He crashed and he was like,
He
"Oh
crashed.
shit."
He's like, no,
right.
He
Batman.
crashed and he was looking at her. He was like, "Oh man, I'm good."
I'm good.
Right.
So it's so
And
over.
that's what it was. They make these villains far more emotional and attached because it's that human aspect. Because they're humans. Because this can happen in real life. It just, I think it's far better for a villain, and that's another thing the original Spider-Mans did so well,
Yeah.
is that same concept where it was those humans, all mainly
Oh
the
boy.
villains for Spider-Man were all really humans, Doc Ock, the Green Goblin,
Yeah.
like they did that so well, where they went into the backstory. Personally,
Mhm.
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans are my favorite, mainly because of the
Yeah.
villains.
I can
Doc
agree with
Ock
that.
in those movies. Willem Dafoe is Green Goblin. I mean, are you kidding? Sandman in the last one,
Ooh, that was
when
good.
he's talking about, I didn't mean to kill your uncle. He didn't want to do it, but his daughter was sick. She was dying. They make you feel the sympathy for these terrible people. But that's what these movies do so well. Is they
Ooh,
take your attention by the story,
that's a good one
not
because
just fighting.
in the end of the third Spider-Man movie, he was like, he said like I was gonna, I didn't want to kill your uncle. I had my
Right.
daughter and all that. And Spider-Man, he always has a choice, and he can, he could hurt the bad guy, or he can be like, I forgive you. And another
Yeah.
example of that is in No Way Home, when Tom Holland Spider-Man was beating the fuck out of the Green Goblin, and like
Green Goblin.
the other two Spider-Man had to let him go because like he's not gonna like learn. But he stopped on his own before he was gonna kill him. Tobey Maguire had to step in and be like, "No, we don't do this. We don't
And bro got
kill."
shanked.
Yeah, he was gonna kill him with his glider, and
Yeah.
then Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was like, "We don't do this. We always have a choice, and we always have to make the right choice." And
Bro, I
Speaking of that,
loved.
listen. Speaking of that, real quick, Jared. So I want to say, speaking of that, I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man
that's what I was also going to talk about. That
had a more emotional
that's true.
aspect than Tobey Maguire's. That's not taken away. I think Tobey Maguire had a more emotional villains though.
Yeah.
But when it came to Spider-Man and
That's just
Spider-Man's
wrong. You're just wrong.
relationships, his relationship with Gwen Stacy and the whole death in the second movie and the whole build up from the first one to the second movie, it was a much more realistic relationship than how Mary Jane and Peter Parker was in the Tom McGuire movies. And like I said, that's not taken away from those movies. Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker's relationship in these Spider-Man movies those were the best part. Even the people who say those movies aren't great, they say that's the best part of those movies because they are. The relationship between Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker is very emotional. And Andrew Garfield's acting, dude, when she died was so good. Like,
bro, when she died, it was like, yes!
Yes!
Yeah.
But like
I'm sorry, I'm a hater of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
So is a lot of
that's
people.
crazy. That's crazy. A lot of people. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie, even after No Way Home. And I actually really did enjoy No Way Home.
I will say, you changed my mind. Garfield Spider-Man with Jamie Foxx. You changed my mind on that because you know going back into that, rethinking that movie, it was, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I rewatched that movie.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. That movie went kind of hard.
You know,
I was telling Draven Evan about Electro.
Silly. It wasn't. It was not.
I was telling Draven about Draven.
So
was like,
good.
"Oh, you know, Jamie Foxx in that movie was so stupid." And
good.
I was like, Draven, let's not forget the crazy fight scenes when Electro and him are fighting, and then as Peter Parker is swinging in the city, you see his face. You see his face in the building because you know he's doing like the electricity, he's forming his face, and then he's fighting him. Then he does the itsy bitsy spider thing on the rods.
Yeah,
like that fight scene was really cool.
I think there's a lot of good details in the movies, like and when they're in Times Square and you know all the cameras are on Electro.
Yeah, that part was.
And then when Spider-Man comes in and he's like, "Yo, don't do anything crazy, man," and then all the cameras start going on Spider-Man, and then Electro's like, "This is fucked up."
Because there's something wrong with what I see a lot when people talk about the Amazing Spider-Man. They always say, you know, Electro's character is very strange and he's weird and he's very cringy. And I think people don't understand like that was the point.
Yeah.
Electro's character is remember the part, I don't know if Dream you're gonna remember this, but remember Evan the part when he was talking to the guy at his work and he's like, that
was like a dream sequence. I was like,
it was like the way they shot it, it was like
I know Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like it was shot in a way where you thought it was happening.
Yeah.
But then it goes back and you're like, okay, that actually didn't happen. So there's a lot of things about that movie that were done really well. Spider-Man 3 has the same issue that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 had in the sense that they introduced a villain.
They introduced too many characters too fast, and it ruined the movie.
But people do say Spider-Man 3 is bad, but I feel like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 just gets so much more hate.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they don't think that Electro is a strong enough villain for the movie. Mm-hmm. But I beg to differ. I really love Jamie Foxx.
It doesn't make sense, though, because he also really struggled in every fight. Mm-hmm. Like, you cannot say he didn't struggle. He kind of had
Peter Parker?
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Yeah, Peter Parker. Dude, Electro kicks Peter Parker's ass until when Stacy pulled up, she's like, "Yo, how about we do this instead?"
Right. So why?
Grid, and then he died.
Where did people get the idea that he was too weak? Because
the fight scene was cut off for Green Goblin to come out, which I don't like. No. I thought the third act, what should have happened is that they should have had the fight between Electro and Green Goblin going for a little bit longer, you know. But by no means was Electro weak. He was pretty darn OP.
Yeah.
Like even in that first fight between at Times Square, like I think the firefighters took him out, but he was like destroying all the billboards, you know, because he grabbed the power, the electricity from the Times Square. You know, bro was overcharged.
He had
all the electricity. Yeah, he popped his ult, you know. So, no, listen. The ending of that movie is like he popped his ult, but it's like you dying mid ult.
Yeah,
like bro died mid ult. But the Green Goblin,
unforgivable.
The Green Goblin, the ending of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Gwen Stacy dies and the album comes out, that is comic accurate.
Yeah,
where Gwen Stacy dies by the hands of Green Goblin. In the movie, it was a little bit different, but in the comics, it was pretty similar. So,
in the
comic fan,
actually, in the comics, Green Goblin throws her off a bridge, and she hits her head on a fucking one of the supports from the bridge. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And that's how she dies.
Yeah. But it's similar the way that Green Goblin was the cause.
Yeah, he's the reason why.
Movie. Yeah, she still fell kind of, but yeah, it always.
I know you haven't seen Evan. Have you seen Madam Web?
Never. No. I will never see that movie. That movie I heard is.
I know what he's gonna say. I know what he's gonna say. Do not check the follower list in Camping Cavern Instagram.
Sydney Sweeney was.
It was quite good.
He said it was good.
I don't even want to know your reason.
Listen,
bro.
all right. Going back to. All right, listen. I want to say something about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm just gonna look at the time. What we're doing right now. Let's check the time real quick.
What's the time?
We're at 50 minutes and 37 seconds. Okay. So we're doing not too good time. So what I want to say,
Madam Web,
listen,
baby,
Draven, I want to say something. I want to say something about Amazing Spider-Man 2. Listen, Draven, I'm gonna say something about Amazing Spider-Man 2, and you can say whatever you want about Sydney Sweeney and Madam Web after. All right. So.
Bro, just sing me a sweet lullaby.
A sweet tune. But what I do like about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is, it starts out and it's like, oh, Gwen Stacy's dad dies, and like, Spider-Man was like, oh, I don't want to be with you because all I did is I caused trouble.
Let him finish. Let him go.
I think I just want to say this quick. What I hated most about the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies was Gwen. Bro.
That's my reaction, bro.
Golly. She was so stupid. She was so stupid.
How do you like Mary Jane in the Tobey Maguire
movies? Do you like women? Like
I love Jane. I love Mary Jane. I love
Mary Jane was a player. She played Peter Parker.
Yeah.
She did not.
She dated her best friend. She dated his best friend.
She literally went with freaking Harry Osborn. All right? Gwen didn't do that.
Yeah, Gwen didn't do that.
Because Harry Osborn didn't exist. Harry Osborn didn't exist.
He did. He was in Europe. He was in Europe.
Bro, Gwen, she's a real one. She pulled up, she hit Elektra with a car.
If she was such a real one, she wouldn't have died. If she was such a real one, she wouldn't have died. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
She wouldn't have fell off that building. She
didn't fall.
Yeah, she wouldn't have got thrown off that building.
Exactly.
Can we just say one more thing about the main Spider-Man movies real quick? The cinematography in those
ones so good. Yeah, they were good.
One of my favorite shots in any movie, actually, like I've seen a lot of movies, but one of
was
my
it the opening scene?
It wasn't that, but that's also up there. But it was the one shot of when he was shooting his web to grab Gwen Stacy.
It was a hand, yeah.
And then it looked like a hand.
Oh, that was
such a good shot. I saw that in theaters when I was like, when that movie like
2014.
Yeah. Like we were like what, like 10?
Yeah, we were like 9, 10, yeah.
Like I remember seeing that, and to this day that is imprinted in my mind. And I've been waiting for a Spider movie to really be like that movie.
That's what I was just gonna say.
It hasn't been like that since. Even though Way Home was good, but not like that movie.
The Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans both do the cinematography so well compared to all the new Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Oh, Tom Holland, they're so boring.
Yeah,
they overlook all the cinematography and the sets. They really overlook it. So they do have cool scenes. They do have cool scenes, but they don't have that same cinematography or those aspects that the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans had. And that kind of kills them a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I remember, like, years ago, when I saw Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the theaters, I was like, dude, this movie is so amazing. No pun intended. This shit is so good. And I would watch it on, like on-demand video on cable when it would ever come on, right? And, when you grow up, and when you're like there, you're like, this is just a Spider-Man movie. This is a good movie. But you don't really get the underlying messages because you're just a kid, right? So, and now I look at now and it's like, oh, you're protecting the girl you love from getting hurt because you're Spider-Man and you don't want her to be involved in your activities as Spider-Man because of how much danger that imposes. And, the movie goes on and it's like, Electro and Green Goblin. And not only does Peter Parker have to juggle, dealing with Electro and now Harry Osborn, and now he has to juggle trying to get his girlfriend back and protecting her. And, then she just fucking dies.
It's tough out there being
it's an emotional movie because like you try your best and you don't succeed, no matter how hard you try, it's like it fails, you fail. And I think that's also like another thing of Spider-Man's character traits is like he can't give up, no matter how much he wants to give up, he can't. Like simply put, he has to keep getting up.
I think the Andrew Garfield movies really stick out in that sense. Tobey Maguire, those movies have it. So what the Tobey Maguire movies have is that classic Spider-Man feel.
Yeah.
The classic, almost comic booky story, where he's chasing after a girl, the girl's kind of playing him. I mean, Mary Jane plays Spider-Man all the way up until the third movie. All right. To be fair, Peter Parker was playing Mary Jane too with Gwen Stacy, in that movie as well. So
he was dealing with a bunch of shit.
He was Bully Maguire in that movie.
Andrew Garfield.
He was flirting with a receptionist at Daily Bugle. That was the whole thing. That was like kind of like a side plot.
Andrew Garfield saw like her dad die, and he's like, I'm like in front of him, and he's like,
that was a very interesting part of the story because before Gwen Stacy's dad died, he told him like, I don't want you, my daughter.
Exactly.
So.
He gets fucked up because of that. He gets fucked up because he saw her dad die.
It shouldn't say that way.
Well, the whole point of the movie is that he's pulling back, and that, like in the main Spider-Man 2, he pulls back, and then he keeps on going back because he's so like he wants to respect her father.
If they just killed Gwen Stacy a little earlier in those movies, they would have been so much better. They'd have been so much better.
I think it's time we watch the Amazing Spider-Man. We should have like a watch party of the Amazing Spider-Man, bro. Because you're like, maybe I should watch those movies again. Yeah, maybe you should. I think it's time.
It doesn't matter though because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will always be my favorite. He will always,
because they're not bad movies. I don't think there's been a single bad Spider-Man movie. Like I don't think there's been a single bad. There's been mediocre ones, been mid ones, but not a bad one.
Yeah.
Now you compare that with a lot, like look at Batman. There's been horrible Batman movies, but Spider-Man, we've been pretty lucky as Spider-Man fans in the sense that I don't think there's been a bad
Amazing Spider-Man 3.
All right, bro.
Okay.
All right, bro. No, but no, it's like Batman and Robin.
Oh, brother.
No, that's
don't get me started, pal.
I don't even want to go into that.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie. No Way Home is close second. That was a good one. I liked a few scenes in that one where
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse is pretty good. Have some bad memories about Into the Spider-Verse, but that's kind of irrelevant to the conversation. But I forgot what I was gonna say. No Way Home. There was a scene where he's in the room with all the villains, and his spider sense goes off, and he doesn't know where it's coming from. He doesn't know where it's coming from because there's a whole bunch of villains. And I think this was around the time where he lost his spider sense, and it was like coming back. Because I think he lost it, right, in the movies. Because
you want to know,
he was teleported in Endgame, and then he came back. But I don't know if that. I don't know.
No. I think that was what had happened was because he had it because in the beginning of No Way Home,
he lost his tingle, bro. He lost his spider sense. Remember, because in the beginning, Aunt May throws a banana at him and it fucking hits him. He doesn't have the sense anymore.
I don't remember. I have to watch it again.
I just think the best scene in No Way Home was when Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Doc Ock meet back up. When they meet back up,
he's like, "Hey, Peter."
He's like, "Hey
I feel
Peter,
better.
how have you been?" And he said, "Yes, bro, the callback to the OG movies.
It was
Are you
good.
kidding me?
I like the conversation between Andrew Garfield and
Cinematic.
Electro.
Wait, what did they talk about? What did Electro and him talk about?
Because
That's
what
the
happened
movie
was
that makes it a
yeah.
cinematic masterpiece.
Mhm.
When after they were all done fighting, Andrew Garfield went up to Electro and like they had a conversation, but then Electro said something funny because Andrew Garfield took off his mask and then Jamie Foxx is like, "Man, I thought you were black," and then he goes, "There's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere out there." It's kind of like a nod to Miles.
Yeah.
So that was a cool. It was like a long conversation on the movie, but I like that whole.
That
I like that
reminds
whole
me.
thing.
That reminds me when, remember, and I think it was in the fight scene at the end. They all had when they were having their conversations, their theme song would play.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that, but I remember that.
Yeah.
Because
And then
when
when he saved MJ from falling off, redeeming himself, that was great too. A lot of good parts.
Would it be crazy if I really didn't enjoy the Into the Spider-Verse movies? I thought they were a little bit boring. I thought the stories weren't there. Is it really that crazy? Bro, the amount of edits that I've seen of Miles Morales going to sniff the windowsill where Gwen was sitting.
Wouldn't you do the same, bro?
I just no, bro, because
because you fucking hate that bitch, of course. If it's not Sydney Sweeney, I don't want it. Like that's what you're saying.
Understanding. If it's not Madam Web, I don't want it. I guess like those movies, the Into the Spider-Verse movies were just very boring to me.
Those movies are some of my favorite movies ever made.
Yeah. I like the soundtracks in them. Metro Boomin didn't have to go that hard.
The soundtrack was good.
Sunflower.
The soundtracks were good. They're I can agree.
You know,
but like overall, they're just boring movies. They really don't do much.
Your takes are so crazy. Your takes. You know?
Spider Pig.
Don't even Spider Ham, you stupid bitch. Listen, but the first
even more stupid, bro. That's even more stupid.
The first
Spider Ham. That's
listen. I like the second Into the Spider-Verse movie. I like Across the Spider-Verse.
You can't tell me that Spider-Man 2099 went crazy.
He's so crazy. He's built like a motherfucker, though.
You can't tell me he went crazy.
He's crazy. You
can't tell me that the callbacks to Andrew Garfield Spider-Man went crazy. Oh wait, never mind. You don't like Andrew Garfield. Never mind.
I remember that. That happened.
Don't forget to wear boing. There's like a boing sound effect in that. Like
that's.
I can't wait for the new one.
I don't know. It was really dumb. I just
Ben Reilly Spider-Man.
I thought the second one.
Oh yeah.
The second one was kind of stupid.
I thought the first one. The first one's good. The first one's good, but it has like this veil of just like a sour taste in my mouth because of events that happened in my life during that period of time when that movie came out. So it's just kind of like tainted a little bit, and I just kind of like, I'm like, man, fuck that movie. But that movie's good, you know.
I was gonna see it in theaters when it came out, but like,
I saw it in theaters with my dad.
Seeing it, we were gonna see it one night, but I ended up not going. So I ended up watching it like when it got on Netflix. I think it was the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
That was like a couple years later, and I loved it. I've watched that movie like 10 times, probably. I'll be honest. I watched that movie a lot, and the first one specifically, because the second one is good, but it's like it's weird because I'm just waiting for the third one.
Exactly.
You know, it was not really supposed to be. I liked the second movie.
It's such a bad take. It's like actually just such a bad take.
This comes from the Thor: Love and Thunder guy.
Yeah, this comes from a guy who likes
the Thor: Love and Thunder guy. You're not going to live that one down.
Name a good movie. name a good Marvel movie. Thor: Love and Thunder. Just kill yourself. Like.
What's your favorite movie? Thor: Love and Thunder. Anyone else?
Maybe you should go find some.
Wait. Anyone else? Thor: Love and Thunder.
You just do that in post, bro. Like.
I wonder if Craig records it.
Yeah, probably. But
Did you hear that, Draven? Thor: Love and Thunder.
I think the second Into the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie is good. I remember when they were swinging and that song was playing and he was like,
Bro,
I can see your face in the
Andrew
Parisian
Garfield couldn't
paintings.
save Gwen.
The Mona
She
Lisa.
died. She died.
It was part of the third.
Died.
She was gonna come back.
And it made the movie
She was gonna come back as Spider-Gwen. She was gonna come back as Spider-Gwen. You just don't know it. Name a good Marvel movie. Oh, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Could Peter Parker save Harry Osborn? Yeah, no, that's not what I thought. Yeah, how about his uncle? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, what happened?
Listen, in Spider-Man movies, life gives and takes. All right.
No.
In the second Amazing Spider-Man, life took away Gwen Stacy, but it gave Peter Parker the will and the courage to move on.
It gave Peter Parker no sequel.
It made him not get a trilogy. But apparently it's in the works now.
No.
So who's laughing now? We have the last laugh, pal. All right.
Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man.
Listen, I was going to say something about the second Spider-Man movie, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. The second Amazing Spider-Man movie, at the end, when he loses his girlfriend, she dies, boo-hoo, cry about it, I guess, Draven. My man comes back with a new attitude. He comes back, he sees the rhino that they never used, and he's like, I'm going to do this for everyone, for the people of New York, because I protect them.
And the movie ends on a cliffhanger.
And it ends, and then everyone's like, this movie fucking sucks.
And then everyone's like, man, this shit stink.
Am I wrong? Like,
that is pretty much what everyone said. I didn't say that. I thought the movie was.
When that
movie ended, I was like, damn, that shit was.
When that movie ended, I was like, all right, I'm gonna copy my life as Andrew Garfield. And I was like,
listen, my dad's not big on Spider-Man, but he loved that movie.
Yeah.
He was the one who took me, and he said
it's a very emotional movie, and that's what I like about Amazing Spider-Man.
Maybe I like it just because it was like one of my first memorable movie experiences.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why I like it so much. But then again, you could say the same thing about your opinions with Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
Nostalgia. Let's be honest. I love Spider-Man 3, but that's only because that was the only Spider-Man movie I had on CD growing up. You know how many times I've watched Spider-Man 3? I've watched Spider-Man 3 like 1,000 times, more than any other Spider-Man combined. I've watched Spider-Man 3.
Just the nostalgia, because Tobey Maguire is the best, bro. If Andrew Garfield is the best, why did he have the least screen time of all the Spider-Mans? Why did he have the least screen?
Why was he the funniest out of all the Spider-Mans?
Why was he the most relatable?
No, he was not the funniest. He was not the funniest. Are you kidding me? Tobey Maguire, bro, Bully Maguire. Are you joking? Andrew Garfield's the funniest. Bro was not.
Wait. Was that good?
Why was he the first one? Wait. Why was he the first one to be revealed? Coming out of the portal, everyone freaked out when they saw him.
Yeah, everyone started caring about him once he came through that portal, but no one gave a fuck back in 2014. Like,
even Andrew Garfield said, like, where were you guys back in 2014?
Why did he let Gwen die?
His ropes weren't shooting long enough. Like, what do you?
Do you know why? You know why? You know who that wouldn't be a problem for? You know who that wouldn't be a problem for?
Why wasn't his ropes shooting long enough?
Maguire Spider-Man.
Why wasn't his ropes shooting long enough, guys? And quote, why wasn't his rope shooting long enough? End quote. I think we solved the Andrew Garfield problem. I just don't think he shot his ropes long enough.
Listen, not all of us can be funny here, so someone's got to do it. Holy. I'm crying. That was a good one. I was going to actually follow that up with he was shooting ropes, but...
Oh my god, bro. Oh man.
Hey, listen, what's worse? Him shooting ropes out of his wrists or him I'm not even gonna say it.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Okay.
You know what I'm gonna talk about, right?
Oh man.
Probably. Comic reference.
Alright, that's
he kills Mary Jane with his semen.
Okay.
Draven, why weren't you laughing at that one? He's stone cold, bro.
I think we need to make a really unfunny joke like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Why did Brad laugh at my joke more? Dude, that's getting.
We need to like do a joke.
Oh my God.
Like,
is that making it on the clips channel?
Maybe a little something like this. Maybe it goes a little something like.
Brad, you think that's going on the? Like you think that's going on the clips channel?
It might.
He's shooting a rope. Oh my God.
Oh.
His rope.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Me after going for a no break all Spider-Man run.
Me when I'm trying to talk about Spider-Man and him shooting ropes.
What are you eating?
What am I eating?
I'm eating ropes.
I'm eating Peter Parker's ropes. No.
What are you eating?
Peter Parker's ropes. Him shooting ropes.
Wanna know what I'm eating?
Ropes.
You know. Better yet, wanna know what I'm smoking on right now?
Ropes. Okay, I gotta stop.
I'm smoking on that Thor: Love and Thunder pack.
I'm overcooking.
Wanna know why?
The joke.
Wanna know why? That movie bombed at the box office.
They call it. They listen.
It bombed.
Listen,
Bro,
when Oppenheimer, when Oppenheimer dropped the bomb, they didn't.
Don't say
Pack because he died.
Listen.
He died.
Oh my God.
I'm smoking on the Uncle Ben pack. Yeah, what's going on?
Bro, don't go there.
Smoking on the Uncle Ben pack.
I'm smoking on that Harry Osborn.
Don't go there.
Yeah, you want to go to Gwen Stacy? Yeah, I'm smoking on the Uncle Ben pack.
What about the James Franco Harry Osborn pack?
I'm smoking on Gwen Stacy's dad's pack. Ooh.
Oh
man.
Ooh,
Bro's going straight to the source.
See ya.
Wouldn't wanna be
Bro, they should have just took out that whole family from the beginning. That would have made the movie
bro, how
so
about
much
this?
better.
How about this? How about they should have just killed Uncle Ben? Probably, Uncle Ben. They should have just done the Tom Holland route. Just have Uncle Ben dead to begin with.
Yeah, right.
In Tobey Maguire's movie, not Andrew Garfield because he's the best Spider-Man.
Sorry, I made a too funny
Could
joke.
there be a worse take? Could there be a worse take?
Wait, what did Brad? What'd you ask? I was kind of zoning out, thinking about ropes again. What were you saying? What were you saying?
I was saying how
Gwen Stacy died. She got thrown off a building.
I was saying how fell. Maybe
Andrew Garfield couldn't catch her. His ropes weren't long enough.
Maybe I don't remember.
Dude, I was like serious.
It's funny because Tobey Maguire saved Gwen Stacy from falling out of the building in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
She what happened?
It's because the crane fell over and they got lost. And then he kissed.
Dude, how about Eddie Brock?
Lord, can you please kill Peter Parker?
Lord, please. I don't usually pray to you, but can you kill Peter? Bro, he was literally
praying to kill him
on Peter Parker's downfall. Like literally praying for God to kill him. But one thing about Spider-Man 3 that I think
Eddie Brock is Spider-Man's biggest op.
Dude, on God.
Praying to kill him.
The cinematography and some of the set pieces in Spider-Man 3 are really, really, really well done. I love the scene when he's in the tower and he's ripping off the mat off his thing because the bell keeps on going off in the church. Like that whole scene is crazy.
Oh my God, no!
All right, when he's like this over
when he's ripping off like the trying to get
off his ropes.
Yeah,
when
it's like when Spider-Man's ropes get on your face, you have to start ripping them off.
He was getting all that black rope,
the black rope. He had the
Black
Spider-Man ropes.
You know
That's the Miles Morales ropes.
You know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy? Evan knows a thing or two about white sticky ropes being all over his face. He knows a thing or two about it.
You can't say that. You can't say that. That's not true.
Think about it. He did.
What you know
He
about
knows
rolling
a
down
thing
in
or
the
two
deep?
about it. And so,
Oh man. Listen,
Well,
you
I
can
just
make.
want to do a quick product placement from our sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor. Put that away. Chicken. I got a bucket of chicken. I know.
Okay,
Since we have this break, I'm gonna look at the time again.
what you know about rolling?
We're at an hour and
down
15,
the
so we got
deep.
15 more minutes.
So this conversation's been going good. Are there any more major points you want to bring
How
up?
about we just cut the bullshit and just make out already?
What? No.
Let me see. I think you
see the ad. Here, let me call my manager real quick. Hold on.
Bro, Evan, how many ropes would I have to squirt on your face?
The only man who can shoot ropes on my face is Andrew Garfield.
Oh, either it has to be Tobey Maguire for Draven or Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, if he sees stories like please hit me with lightning.
So wait. Was Andrew Garfield shooting ropes on Gwen's face?
Yeah.
Was he shooting ropes on Gwen? Wait. Somebody leave
Oh my god, this is madness. This is devolved.
So to kind of go back to the original topic, how we were saying, basically like Loki, kind of running this all the way back from the beginning.
Dude, wait. I just want to say,
probably the best show
before you continue. I just want to make this like crazy. Like they were here, but here we are now. So you're talking about Loki and Marvel. Then we just devolved into talking about Spider-Man shooting ropes. But yeah, anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, so Loki was the best Marvel show in my opinion.
Who?
We came to
Marvel show.
So basically, the end of the
podcast. What was the best Marvel show? No. What was the best Marvel show?
Yeah, Loki.
What was the best Marvel show?
Loki.
Disney Plus Marvel show was Loki.
What was it? What was the best Marvel show?
It was Loki.
Okay. Now I got it.
You got it?
Thank you. I needed the
but the best show was
I needed the Brad's bedside feature.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the best.
Bro, the best Marvel show was the one where Gwen Stacy dies.
Bro's ropes weren't long.
The best Marvel show was when the best Marvel movie was Thor: The Dark World.
Are you sure about that?
I hope you guys enjoyed that ASMR. That's a little tease for Brad's bedtime right there.
Listen, I've been
ASMR coming soon.
I've been fucking gripping on this stress ball though.
Bro's been gripping on those ropes, those balls.
Dude, oh my god, cut it! Listen, that joke. What? I think we overcooked that joke.
What happened? What did I say?
Bro's like, I
never mentioned anything about that.
I want to shoot ropes all over you.
But I never said that. Oh man.
Tell me a 4K.
Yo, where's the water squeezer, Draven? The water.
Spider-Man's rope.
Squeeze that.
Dude, do you ever put your meat in the folds of those?
Oh man.
Do you shoot your ropes into those?
Oh man.
Bro, this small put your meat on. I mean, for a guy like
Have you tried?
Evan, I don't even think I would be worth trying. I don't think it'd be worth trying because it would be. I don't think my ropes could fit in here. So it's.
How long are your ropes?
10 feet.
I guess it's not enough to save Gwen Stacy. So, fortunately,
you need about 50.
All right, guys. So, unless you guys have anything else to add.
Listen, I think we should end it. I feel like we talked about ropes for the last 15 minutes of this podcast.
So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Camping Cavern podcast.
Evan.
What are you gonna say?
I just wanted to say. I wanted to say this fast. No, I wanted to say this. Evan is wrong. Brad
About what?
is wrong.
About what?
I just want to leave it off by saying, go stream Thor: Love and Thunder on Disney Plus. Life-changing.
How about you go stream Spider-Man shooting ropes on your face and then come back to me?
Bro, you're talking to a billionaire, bro.
Billionaire,
You're talking to a billionaire.
Bro, if you got so much money,
why are you here?
Go make your own Spider-Man movie.
Dude, so true. If you think you can
we
make
can
such a
shoot
good
ropes
one.
all over the place, okay?
Oh my god.
Self-funded.
Our...
So, to wrap this up, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Camping Cavern podcast.
This is episode 3. Episode Trey.
We're gonna make this a weekly schedule, so we're gonna be uploading every Friday.
Episode Truce?
Episode Truce.
Episode Truce.
Episode Trace.
Episode Trace.
Episode Truce. Episode Trey.
Episode
not
Truce.
Deuce. So we're gonna be uploading every Friday between 3 and 6. So that's the plan. That's gonna be the schedule for the podcast. And
between what time?
The shorts.
3 and
6
p.m.
on Fridays.
EST.
So that's the goal.
Yeah. What time zone? What
EST.
time zone?
Eastern Standard Time.
Zone. Eastern. What Evan said.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern
EST.
What about those people in PST? What time would it drop?
Pacific. That would be like. Well, if we release that at 3, it'd be what? Are they 6 hours behind Pacific, or is that Western time, whatever the fuck, Pacific time? I don't fucking know. This guy doesn't know time. I'm gonna shoot ropes on his face.
Bro. Okay.
Pacific, that'll be like
Pacific Standard Time is 3 hours behind.
3? I
so
thought it was
that'd
6.
drop.
I think they're a day behind us.
Bro,
I think they're behind us.
No, I think they're like a day behind us.
Oh.
What? What?
Are you serious?
Hey.
How does that work? Like, are you?
How does that work?
Are you serious? Like, are you like actually? Do you think Pacific Standard Time? Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the
We'll see you in
podcast,
the next
everyone.
one.
Come back again every Friday between 4 and 6 Pacific time.
You enjoyed.
You're a day behind. That's too bad. All right.
It'll come out the next day.
Podcast. I hope you enjoyed.
This is my podcast.
My podcast.
My podcast.
This is our podcast, guys.
Listen,
I hope you all enjoy.
I think I leave it off on. I think I leave it off on this note.
Spider-Man's rope ain't got nothing on me.
No. I think I leave it off on this note.
Yeah, what is it?
If you wake up and you got ropes shot in your face, it wasn't me.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
You're in for a real treat.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, guys.
All right, guys. Like and subscribe.
All right, I
hope you guys enjoyed
Smash
the podcast
that bell.
episode.
Smash that
the
bell.
like.
Wait.
Shoot your
Guys,
ropes on the subscribe button.
Wait. Make sure to
thank Craig.
Thank you, Craig, for recording this audio. Go download Craig right now if you got a podcast you want to record on Discord.
Now recording.
Now recording.
Right.
Craig is a ghost.
Since we're closing, I just want to say, like and subscribe. Shoot your ropes on the subscribe button. We're also on Spotify, the Camping Cavern. Look us up.
Or in the process of it.
We're
okay. We got a preview on Spotify. We're in the process of going on Spotify. It's
we got some premium content on Feet Finders, OF.
Listen,
Spotify
is we post on YouTube.
OF, PH.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. If you're watching, if you haven't made it this far into the podcast and you have no idea what we're talking about, you missed out. Let me tell you.
You missed out.
You missed out.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.